Welcome to episode number 37 of the Soulful Menopause podcast. Today I'd like to read a poem to you by Rumi, which I came across the other day and I thought, oh my word, this really reflects some of what it's like to experience the soulful menopause journey. And as part of that, I want to share with you a spiritual practice that I do for myself every morning on how to increase your vibration so that you can draw your best life in towards you. Yay! Now, I'm also hoping that this podcast episode will give you some reassurance and some sense of stability if you're struggling through the chaos of menopause right now. Welcome to the Soulful Menopause podcast. Discover how to transform the chaos of menopause into vibrant health and a soulful life you'll love. I'm Sally Love, natural nutritionist and soul wisdom coach. I want you to experience a soulful menopause that'll guide you into the best years of your life. Well, hello there, gorgeous goddess. Today I wanted to share a poem by Rumi called The Guest House. I found it just the other day. Some of you may know that I've recently moved back from living in the States back to the UK, and so I've got a ton of paperwork to go through. And as I was going through it, I came across this beautiful poem, and I read it and I thought, wow, this is just so relevant to the soulful menopause journey. So I thought I'd share it with you, and then some of my thoughts about how this is relevant to menopause, and hopefully this will help you in some way. So let me read the poem first of all. It's from Rumi. It's called The Guest House. This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival. A joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honourably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. So, yeah, this poem really reflects what some of the menopause journey can be like. The chaos that arises is actually reflected in these words: a joy, a depression, a meanness, some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. We can have all sorts of health issues, emotions, thoughts, and memories come up when we least expect them during menopause. These are your unexpected visitors. When I was in perimenopause, I'd be walking around the supermarket. I could be tidying the house. Often, as I was lying in bed at night waiting to go to sleep, suddenly all of these old memories would just completely flood into my awareness, filling me with so many different types of emotions and thoughts. And if you've listened to my recent podcast on the 3 stages within the soulful menopause journey, you'll know that a lot of this chaos is experienced when you step through the sacred gateway at perimenopause. Now, if you remember, I use the analogy of walking down your path in life, and every experience you have, every decision you make, every challenge you come across is represented by a rock or stone that you put in your backpack. Now, when you walk through the sacred gateway at perimenopause, you metaphorically take your backpack off and you take your rocks and stones out one at a time. And as you take them out, memories of what these rocks and stones represent come flooding back, along with all of their emotions and their thoughts. So it's a time of chaos. But as this poem says, welcome and entertain them all, even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honourably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. Now, this is so true. You know, you really don't want to be lugging that horrible heavy backpack with you into your new life, do you? I mean, why carry around all of these rocks and stones that are just holding you back, you know, really weighing you down? So you need to take these rocks and stones out one at a time. And some of them, like this poem says, will just fly out of your backpack when you least expect it. The unexpected visitor. Minding your own business, and suddenly, wham, you're suddenly hit with all of these memories and these thoughts and these emotions. Now, the more you can stop resisting, the more you can stop trying to shove these things back down into your backpack because you don't want to look at them, and instead allow all of these experiences to come up, then the more quickly you can create room for some new delight in your life. You know, you're creating that room in your backpack if you're taking them out. You're creating that room to bring some other new, wonderful, delightful things into your life. So you need to look at all of these rocks and stones in order for them to be transformed. And if you ignore them, they'll still be present. They'll still be in your backpack, weighing you down and affecting your health and well-being, and really affecting the way that you live your life. Now, I do want to say here that it's really important that you're grounded and that you're feeling safe and supported when all of this chaos comes up. Now, for a lot of you, just like me, you know, this can be a daily practice. And you need to find ways to feel safe, to ground yourself, and really feel supported. Find all of these ways of dealing with this chaos that resonate with you. And I would say that if you've been through trauma or some really difficult experiences that you're having trouble processing, then it may be necessary to get some professional support from a therapist who can, you know, make this part of your journey a bit easier for you, help you to sift through it all, and be a healthier journey for you as well, a lot easier. So I'd say just love and respect yourself enough to do this and get that support if that feels right for you. The most important thing is to love yourself as you move through your soulful menopause journey. And also, of course, be consistent with your self-care. Now, I also love the line in this poem that says, the dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. So, okay. So here, yeah, it can be pretty hard laughing when you're in the middle of a lot of chaos that's making you feel completely crap and turning your life upside down, can't it? I mean, yeah, it's like, come on, Sally, can I laugh in this situation? However, the more you can raise your vibration, the more empowered you'll be, making these challenges actually feel lighter. And you'll then get this sort of sense that you can move through it gracefully. So let me explain a little bit more about this. We are energy beings. Our thoughts give out energy. Our emotions give out a huge amount of energy. We're made up of vibrating molecules of energy. In fact, about 99% of your body is pure energy. It's really easy to feel the energy coming off someone when they're angry, isn't it? I mean, you can literally feel the air crackling with that energy, right? So remember that whatever emotions or thoughts you're focusing on, you're going to be vibrating at that frequency. And then you're going to be putting that energy out into the universe where it will attract more of the same because it's vibrating at the same frequency. They're attracted to one another. And so you'll just keep on attracting that energy into your life because there's a part of you vibrating at that same frequency, really sort of like calling it in like an aerial, just attracting that signal into you. For example, and let's say there's something in your life you feel angry about. Let's say, for instance, you've got an issue with your partner. And one day, as you get out of bed, you stub your toe. Now, your reaction to stubbing your toe is suddenly far more than it would normally be in this situation because it's triggering the anger that you're keeping inside you towards your partner. So you end up hopping around the room, swearing like mad, feeling the rage rising up in your body. And then you get caught in traffic when you're late for work. So that taps into the anger energy that's swirling around within you. And you start getting angry at the traffic or the person in front who seems to be letting everyone in front of you so that you miss the lights and get caught at another red light, which just gets the anger going even worse. And your day continues in that way, drawing more and more of this anger energy into your life because you're vibrating at that frequency. It just keeps building up. So the people you come into contact with may be angry at certain things in life, or you seem to be reading articles or watching TV shows with a lot of anger, or perhaps you keep experiencing issues with other people that make you angry. Everywhere you look, anger seems to be present until you disconnect from it. And this is why it's so important to acknowledge the rocks and stones you're holding on to in your backpack. Otherwise, they'll just keep weighing you down and affecting you because they're vibrating at certain frequencies that are attracting more of the same towards them. And, this can take a really conscious effort to turn this energy around. And one practice that I want to share with you that I do every morning, which can help with this and to help to raise your vibration, is to conjure up a positive emotion. So before you get out of bed in the morning, visualize yourself feeling fabulous. Visualize yourself living your best life. What are you doing? Where are you? What's happening in this best life of yours? How does it feel to be in your best body? And what high frequency emotion does this visualization bring up for you? Now, can you imagine it? Can you feel it? And even if at first you can only feel the teeniest, tiniest piece of positive emotion for a fleeting moment, then that's great. Just start there. Feel joy, freedom, peace, whatever feel-good emotions call to you as strongly as you can. And the more that you can feel these emotions, the more you will attract that same energy into your life. So the more you do this practice, the stronger and stronger you'll be able to feel those positive emotions, because you're going to be drawing that same energy into your life, and it's going to build up over time. This practice doesn't have to take long. It only may take you like a minute or so every time you wake up. And for me, I love to do it actually if I can for about 15 minutes several times a day actually. But even if you just do a couple of minutes, honestly, you'll notice it starting to make a difference. And then after a while, you'll probably get lost in it, enjoy it so much, suddenly 15 minutes have gone past and you're late for work. But remember that the more you do it, the stronger the emotions will be, and you'll be able to see yourself more and more clearly living your best life. And so you're going to start drawing that best life into your life, into the present. And this is where the magic starts to happen. Yay. Now, there are many other things to consider if we want to. As Rumi says, meet the dark thought, the shame, the malice at the door laughing. But, this is a fabulous start, a really fabulous start. And you certainly should, start to feel and see wonderful shifts happening in your life just by doing this practice every morning. It's very powerful. Don't underestimate it. I've seen it work magic in my own life several times, actually. One major time was with somebody close to me, who I was having some issues with at the time, and I just started changing my own energy around it using this methodology that I'm teaching you now. And because I changed my own energy, it meant that the energy changed between us, and so I didn't even have to talk about this issue that had come up anymore, because it just ceased to exist anymore. It was amazing. It was just that energy was just not present anymore. So do give it a go. Let me know if you have some magical things starting to happen in your life with this. Really do let me know how you get on. The final line of the poem: be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. Please, please remember that you're not alone on the soulful menopause journey. As you transition through the 3 stages, which are the sacred gateway, tending the cauldron, and the sage woman's destiny, know that you're supported and guided all the way. This chaos is here, these challenges are arising, all this stuff is coming up because you're on a path of transformation. Within each of these challenges that you're facing lies your jewels of wisdom. Your jewels of wisdom are the beautiful life lessons, your beautiful soul's growth, those wonderful things that you've learned from these challenging times. We really do tend to learn and grow the most from challenging situations that we encounter on our life's path. So in a way, you can be grateful for those challenges because they're giving you the opportunity to heal, the opportunity to stop repetitive patterns, the opportunity to step more and more into your true, evolved, beautiful self. You're being guided to lighten your load so that you can create room for whatever is your new delight, so that you can shine your pure soul's light into the world. Please remember this as you face your challenges. You're on a sacred quest to gather up your jewels of wisdom. So I'm going to leave you with reading this poem again. Perhaps you'll see it from a different perspective. Perhaps it will inspire you or give you some food for thought. Okay, here we go. This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival. A joy, a depression, a meanness, some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honourably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. To find out more about how you can live a soulful menopause, please visit soulfulmenopause.com. I'm really looking forward to being with you again soon. Bye for now.